Top 10 Poorest Countries in the World 2022. The world has enough wealth and resources to ensure that the entire human race enjoys a basic standard of living. Yet people in countries like Burundi, South Sudan and Somalia, the three poorest in the world, continue to live in desperate poverty. Usually, two metrics are used to determine a country's wealth or lack thereof. These metrics are the gross domestic product, GDP, per capita and the gross national income, GNI, per capita. While the first one measures the value of a country's total goods and services divided by the number of people living in the country, the second one goes a step further by including any foreign income a country may have received during a particular period under consideration. Having established these facts, let us now discuss the top 10 poorest countries in the world in 2022, focusing on their GDP per capita and GNI per capita. Have you subscribed to this channel? If not, kindly subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified when we release a new video. Number 10. Chad. This landlocked country in north-central Africa has a GDP per capita of $1,603 and a GNI per capita of $660. Desertification is a major problem in this country, but so also is political instability. Number 9. Madagascar. This is the only island African country on this list. The Republic of Madagascar is located in the Indian Ocean, off the coast of East Africa. The country has a beautiful landscape and is described as one of the most ecologically diverse places on Earth. But it is also considered poor with a GDP per capita of $1,593 and a GNI per capita of $480. 8. Malawi. This southern African country has a GDP per capita of $1,568 and a GNI per capita of $580. Like most of the countries on this list, Malawi is landlocked, surrounded by Zambia, Tanzania, and Mozambique. One of Africa's smallest nations, in recent years Malawi has made strides in improving economic growth and implementing crucial structural reforms. Nevertheless, poverty is still widespread, and the nation's economy, largely dependent upon rain-fed crops, remains vulnerable to weather-related shocks. As a result, while living standards in urban areas are broadly improving, food insecurity in rural parts is extremely high. Number 7. Liberia. Sierra Leone, Guinea and Ivory Coast are the three countries neighboring Liberia, a poor country in West Africa. The interesting thing about Liberia is that it is the oldest African republic and the very first to gain its independence. And after all these years, conflicts and poor leadership have resulted in the country having one of the poorest economies in the world. The country's GDP per capita is $1,428. It also has a GNI per capita of $530. Number 6. Mozambique. The insurgency has been a major problem in Mozambique recently, but that's not the only problem the southern African country is dealing with. Although not landlocked, the country is bothered by 6 countries including South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, Swaziland, Malawi and Tanzania. The country has a GDP per capita of $1,297 and a GNI per capita of $460. Number 5. Niger. This is another landlocked African country in West Africa. Some of its neighbors are Nigeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, Algeria, Chad, and Libya. Niger has a GDP per capita of $1,263 and a GNI per capita of $530. The country suffers from natural disasters such as drought and political instability, among other issues. Number 4. The Democratic Republic of the Congo. Right beside its equally poor neighbor is DRC. This country has literally all the natural resources that could make a country the wealthiest in the world. Yet, it is the 4th poorest country in Africa and one of the poorest in the world. The country has a GDP per capita of $1,131 and a GNI per capita of $550. Number 3. The Central African Republic. The CAR is a landlocked country in Central Africa and is surrounded by 6 countries including Chad, Sudan, South Sudan, DR Congo, the Republic of Congo and Cameroon. Rich in gold, oil, uranium and diamonds, the Central African Republic is a very wealthy country inhabited by very poor people. However, after claiming the title of the poorest in the world for the best part of the decade, this nation of just 4.8 million is showing some signs of progress. The country has a GDP per capita of $980 and a GNI per capita of $510. This is quite abysmal for a country blessed with as many natural resources as CAR. The country has also been plagued by man-made disasters due to a protracted war. Number 2. Somalia. Widely regarded as a failed state due to its lack of a central authority, the Republic of Somalia is a country located in the Horn of Africa. 3 decades of internal violence and conflict, frequent droughts and floods followed by food insecurity and displacement of people, lack of access to health services coupled with the rapid spread of communicable diseases, massive levels of unemployment among especially young people. Somalis are growing hopeless. Some of the countries that share borders with Somalia are Ethiopia, Djibouti, and Kenya. Not only has Somalia been conflict-ridden for years, but it has also battled economic challenges. The economy is so poor that it has a GDP per capita of $875 and a GNI per capita of $310. Number 1. Burundi. The Republic of Burundi is a landlocked country in East Africa that is bordered by Rwanda, Tanzania and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Burundi is currently the poorest country not only in Africa but the entire world. Burundi has a GDP per capita of $771 and a GNI per capita of $270. With about 90% of its nearly 12 million citizens relying on subsistence agriculture, and the overwhelming majority of them living on $1.25 a day or less, food scarcity is a major concern. The level of food insecurity is almost twice as high as the average for sub-Saharan African countries. Furthermore, access to water and sanitation remains very low, and less than 5% of the population has electricity. All these problems, needless to say, have been exacerbated by the pandemic. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed our list of the top 10 poorest countries in the world 2022. Please like, share, subscribe and click the bell button to be the first to get our latest content.